101K.
Doing a little tutorial on a bucket hat. Really easy. Main thing about the videos that I do on crocheting, I don't say words correctly. I don't say the stitch correctly. It's because I don't read a pattern. So the good thing about learning how to crochet with not reading a pattern is that you can visualize looking at something, and just by using like simple math techniques and figuring out patterns in your head as far as how's that going to work, you can make anything. Bucket hats, here we come. Well, welcome to a little crochet lesson. So we're going to start out. You got to get your yarn. I picked purple out just because it was the one that I had seen first. So it's just this one strand, but then I try to add, not all the time, but I try to add another texture of a piece of yarn or a skein. And this right here is what I've chosen. It doesn't give a whole lot, but it definitely will make this bucket hat have a little bit of a different texture and look design. I'm going to show you how important this is. So for an example, this bucket hat I did with the variegated rainbow and then a small piece of cotton in this turquoise color, and this is how the end result turned out of that. But on this one I did the variegated rainbow with the white cotton strip, and see how different the two combined looks. Two different looks, same thread, just a different backup thread. So on our new bucket hat that we're going to be doing this. So what we're going to want to do is take your strings, and you've got to make your little loop for your hook. So go ahead and get that going, and there you go. There's your little hook. So let me show you what you need to do next. Once you got your hook inside of the new little loop that you did, what you want to do is you want to start out with the chain of 5. How do you do a chain? I don't word things correctly, so go around, grab your yarn, and you go, there's 1. See? Let me show you again. There's 2. Okay, so you're going to want to do that till you have 5. 3, 4, 5. So now that's called a chain. You got your chain 5 right there. Isn't that pretty? Look at the black inside of that other skein that's going to be popping up against that purple. It's going to be pretty. Once you have your 5, you're going to go back into that very first chain. I call them little hearts. See how they look like a heart? You go into that first little dart or heart, and you're going to want to go inside of that. Get your yarn and everything ready to grab. You're going to go inside of that, grab your yarn, pull it through the first heart dart and through the original hole. Now you've brought it together. See how that worked out? You just brought it together. You brought it all together. Now we're ready for the next little step. We're going to work on the double crocheting on this now. So we've already got our 2. So go ahead and go around. We're going to we're putting 2 of these in one hole. So there's the dart. And it doesn't matter. See how that didn't even go in? Screw it. I'm going to find a place to put it in. Grab it, pull it through, stop. 1 and 2. Now grab it, go in that same hole. Stop. Grab it. 1 and then 2. Now see, I've got 4. So the next one's going to go inside of here. Double crochet. See these extra strings from the beginning of our very first hole? I'm crocheting it inside of it. So now I'm going to do my next 2 and show you how I'm doing that. There's my dart. I'm going to go inside of this dart, if it's going to let me. Yep. And see how I'm crocheting these pieces right in the circle. So there we go. There's our stop mode, and then 1 and then 2, and then we're going to go in that same hole, and we're going to pull it out, stop, 1 and then 2. See how it's becoming a circle? My battery's dying, so I'm going to have to do this a little bit later. But see how I went all the way around? There's the hole right there. I don't care how many are around. People are saying, well, you start out with 5 chains. Shouldn't you, if you put 2 in each, shouldn't you have 10? I don't really care, as long as it's just a circle. But how do you close it? There's an opening right here. How do you close it? Well, that original one, you go in its very first top piece. See how it's the very first top piece right there? There's that heart. You're going to go in there, grab the string, and then just pull it straight through. And you've closed it. Now you've closed it. That's the very first piece of your bucket hat. Right there. Look at how pretty that's going to be. It really is nice and shimmery. That extra piece of yarn in there just bouncing off that purple. Gorgeous. Now that we got our first little bucket piece, we need to go ahead and keep on going. So what we're going to do the 3 again. Remember the 3, because we have to have that third one to close the hole. 1, 2, 3. There's the beginning piece right there. Go around, and then we're going to go back in that one. Good job. Stop right there. And what are we going to do? Grab it, pull it through 2. Grab it, pull it through 2. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and continue with this all the way around. Now this time, you do want to pay attention. There's the next little heart. See the heart right there? There's the next one. You're going to go inside of that stitch and do your double crochet. Okay, so right there, I was having a hard time. See this little top notch? Those are things that I don't like. I have to take it out and redo it. I mean, you don't necessarily have to, but I will rip out a pattern of my own, apparently. Okay, so see if we can get a few of these done just so that you can see them in a row. So there's one. Oh my goodness. Kind of hard with the camera positioning too, because I'm trying to make it where you can see it. Okay, let's go into the next one. There's one. Shouldn't be so difficult. 1, and then there's 2. Okay, see how it's going around. So you're just going to do, there's the next one. You're going to go 1. Accidentally went through the 2. And 2. Going to do a couple more so that we can just continue with it. There's the next one. See, there's the heart. You're going to go in there. 1, 2. Okay, and then 1, and then 2. Go all the way around. Go all the way around till we have to go all the way around until we have that little top notch that we're going to slip in, and then you'll have your second row. We have gone all the way around till we're about ready to go to this top notch, but I wanted to show you something. That very first one that we did, see the one little row right here that we did, and then there's 2 in this one, 2, 2, 2, 2 gathered all the way around. Well, this poor guy's lonely. He only has 1. He was our original, so we're going to give him a spouse here. And we're going to give him the 2. So that one is the 2. And then we have the Pac-Man. Okay, we need to close it up. Go in that top chain that we first did. And instead of grabbing anything, you just slip it all the way through. Look at there. The very top part of your bucket hat. Gorgeous. This row always gets tricky on me. Understand, I don't do patterns. I don't read patterns. I'm a visualizer. I visually see what I'm looking at, okay? So what we're going to do on this next row all the way around, we're going to do the 1, 2, 3 like we did before. He will be a single guy. We'll have to give him a spouse, okay? Remember, we just did that. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to go around and we're going to do the double crochet. And then we're going to do the double crochet. So 2 in that one. And then we're going to do a double crochet in the next one. And then a double crochet. And then a double crochet 2. And then a double crochet 1. 1, and then a double crochet 2, 2, go back in that same hole, double crochet 1, we're only going to do 1 in here. You're going to keep going around till you get to that Pac-Man mouth. How you can see the 2 rows are in that one hole. If you ever get lost or have to stop, just do 1 in that one. Okay, let's do 2 in this one. 1, 2, perfect. Okay, now let's do 1. Okay, now let's do 2. 1, 2. When I say 2, it's 2 in the one hole. And then let's do 1. 1 in the one hole. And then we're going to do 2 in the next one. Just giving it a little bit more room so you can expand your hat without beveling. And even if you did though, so what? I can fix it. We can fix it. We can. Down to that Pac-Man mouth. See, there he is. Wah! Okay, but let's look at it. The very first one that we had done, there was 1 in the hole, and then there's 2. The last one we stopped on, there's 2 in one hole, and then we're back to the 1. We don't have to put a second one in there because I landed on 2 in one hole. We'll take this first one. We're just going to go inside the very first little crochet part on the very top on that notch, and then we pull it all the way through. See, look at how our bucket hat is starting to churn out. Now we're on to the next one. Down to where this row either is going to make you or break you. And I'm going to be real honest with you. This is where a pattern probably would be very, very helpful. I'm not downing people who can read patterns. I admire you. I don't have the patience. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and do what we've been doing as far as all this is concerned. Chain there 3. Okay, so there's the beginning of our next row. We're going to go ahead and go into this next one, double crochet. Okay, we're going to go into the next one, double crochet. All right, there's 3 now. We're going to go into the next one, that's 4. 4 double crochets, and upon our 5th one, I'm going to do 2 of the double crochets in one hole. 1, 2. Okay, now, so I'm going to do 1 in the next one. See? 1 in the next. So we got 2 in there now, so that's 2, 3, and 4. Okay, 4. And then on that 5th one, we're going to put 2 in. 1, 2, 1, and then 1, 2, 2. And now we're going to do our 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 2 more in the last, this right here. 1, and 2. All the way around. Keep going around till you get to your Pac-Man. On to our Pac-Man. See him? He's ready to bite. Okay, so with that being said, I landed on my 4. 1 in here, 1 in here, 2, 3, and 4. And now I'm back down to that original 1. So I am going to put an extra one inside of this last one to close up my Pac-Man a little bit more. Now I've really got a Pac-Man. Who you call him, Packy? And then you go in that top. That top. You know what? If it's bothering you, just go in the top. Screw it. I'm not going to let it fight me. And close it up. There we go. See, now it is starting to bevel just a little bit. You want it to. For the remaining part of this bucket hat, you want to do that double crochet starting with your 3, just like you do. Your 1, 2, 3, okay? and you're going to go all the way around, and it's just going to start making it where it's getting bigger, but it's going to start going in and making your hat. And you just keep going around. We'll see how many rows it takes. This will be our first one with no adding stitches or taking away stitches or doing any of that stuff. We're just doing it all across, all the way around for the first time. So let's see how many rows it'll take. I will do a test run on a beanie. Don't get me wrong. So that means everybody got to try it on. So I did 2 rows. I did 2 rows of just the one double crochet in each one. Closed up my Pac-Man mouth and all of that. And now there's many different stages of a hat. Now I like the transformation, and this one almost looks like one of those little Jewish Hanukkah, I'm not sure what the name of it is, one of those hats. But this is what I have right now, and I just kind of want to see how that's going to feel right there. And you know what? I like that. I like it. See how it's perfect. If I keep going around, I'll have to pull it down and such. So, gosh, I may be doing about maybe 4 or 5 more rows on it just to give it some stability and then get it right down where it actually looks more like a beanie. Or, oh, my boyfriend's cousin, he's Muslim, and it'll almost look like one of those little Muslim church religious hats that they wear. But this is the beginning hat right there. Okay, not gonna lie, when I said test run on a beanie, it made me want to rap because Carney B wants me. Test run on a beanie. What? Test run on a beanie. You want me to put my leg down, honey? Okay. Yep. Oh, yeah. Just if my crocheting's in your way, please just go ahead and by all means make yourself comfortable. Pickles. By all means, pickle juice. This is rated G. You must quit and just love me. Yeah, does it love me? After about 3 more rows on there, see how much it grew? And now it's starting to look more like a beanie, or more of like that Muslim skull cap that, you know, whatever. So I actually think I'm going to add 1 more layer, and then I'm going to make the bucket. All right, now you're going to say, well, how do we make it a bucket hat? Literally, you're on your last little part, right? Okay, you got to do your chain 3 like we've been doing, right? 1, 2, 3, the beginning of the next row. Doing that double crochet, going back in that same hole. 1, 2, 3, okay? And then we're going to go in that same hole 3 in every single one that you come across. 1, 2, and let me go ahead and do my third. 3. I'm going to do 1 more set of 3. 1, 2, whoops, gets caught up. 2, and let me pull it. All right, so now that was 2, and then I'm going back to this third one. And you don't skip, so you're going to do 3 in this one, 3 in this one, 3 in this one, till you go all the way around with the Pac-Man, and it creates the bucket part of your bucket hat. The bucket part of your bucket hat. The bucket part of your bucket hat. Whatever. We've created the bucket hat look all the way around by doing the 3 in 1 hole. Now we've got what? Our Pac-Man. So we've got to get that. Oh, I just took out that stitch. That's okay. We'll go back in. So we double crocheted the last 3 in this one. How are we going to close this Pac-Man? Okay, there's 1 in this 1 hole, and there's supposed to be 3. So I have to put 2 more in that same hole. So 1, and then 2, which will give us that 3. And then just like on all the other ones, the very top, very first stitch right here, there's the 3, there's the top one right there. Put it in, slide it through, and now you have got the rim on your bucket hat. So on this one, you're going to want to cut off the string right about here, and then you're going to pull this loop out. I probably should just show you. I'll be right back. Alright, so I went ahead and cut off my string, and then that was my loop that I was doing my crocheting with. Here's my string part right here. And you want to just take this loop and pull that string out. Okay, well, it shouldn't be this difficult. What's going on here? Did we get you stuck? Something's... I don't even know what was going on. It was fine. So there's my string now, and you just intertwine. It doesn't have to be this long. You can cut it. I'll probably cut it to about right here. And then just take your crochet hook and intertwine this in here where you can't see it, so where it just kind of disappears in your pattern. Pretty good end result. You got your bucket hat. You can make this get frilly if you want it frilly. You can make it look like it's, you know, cowboy hat if you wanted to, more deep or whatever, but this is your hat. It's cozy, it's comfortable, and it's fabulous because you made it. You know what I'm saying? 101K.